Howdy, folks, and welcome to episode 190. It'll be a cold day in. That's a cold day in Illinois, that's for damn sure. Right now it is 13 Fahrenheit, and we still got about 9.5, 10 inches of snow on the ground. We got about a total of 11 on Sunday. Hasn't been really warm enough to melt it off yet. Sun has been out and we've had some surface melt, but not a whole lot otherwise. So it is cold, cold here. We're supposed to get down to like, I think, what, 8 tonight. Luckily, all the my outside cat is inside, and she does not want to go outside, so that's good. No Reese tonight, but we will have a McMurray here shortly. He is on his way home, and then I might send out some feelers for some other folks here briefly. Niguea is in the house. East Canada, Chris. Not sure how long I will be around, but glad to be here to say hello. Well, hello, sir. Thank you for joining us. Of course, we got Charles, evening from San Diego. Evening, Charles. Thank you for joining. Richard Keenan. Hello. Howdy, Richard. Telemachus with a wonderful missive here. Dice are special gems. Minis bring worlds to life bright. Blue sack lost again. Haiku for you. Well, thank you for the haiku. And if by blue sack you mean the Crown Royal bag, mine are the special black. So, yeah. We just wrapped up a sale over at Wiley Games. So there's nothing currently going on, but we do have, you can still head on over there and use the Not J coupon code NOTJAY, I believe, all caps. I don't know if it'll work if it's not all caps or not, so just go ahead and put it in all caps, NOTJAY. That should get you 20% off everything in the store. So head on over there for any of your needs. Again, right now, the new hotness is Fistful of Lead, Glorious Adventures in the Age of Steam. What a wonderful book. And of course, the cards are absolutely beautiful. I don't know if I had shown the cards off yet or not. But there's your Joker, your King of Go Firsts, your Suicide King, looks to be rather Prussian there. Got a dandy with a revolver, maybe from Scotland Yard. Oh, here's your Prussian. Here you go. Here's your Prussian, dude. That's definitely your Prussian there. Looks kind of like Jay with that mustache, but Jay just has the little bit here and not the full beard. But yeah. And then you've got your queens and your jacks, and all quite nice. All quite nice. So definitely head on over to wiley-games.com. Enter not J, NOTJAY, to get your 20% discount off of everything. And be on the lookout for what's coming up this year. We're going to have the Supers book, we're going to have the Samurai book, and we're going to have the Tech Cyberpunk book. So yeah, that's all going to be coming out this year. I think after he hits those three, gonna he's gonna kind of go on a hiatus. That'll put him at about 25 titles, and he's gonna take a rest, a well deserved rest. Hissy Cat's in the house saying "Sup peeps," and then Charles says we've had a straight orange cat in the yard on and off for a few days. My oldest daughter tried to set up something for him to use. The grandkids' playhouse is his apartment. Very nice, very nice. And Hissy says that's very cool. It is very cool. Do what we can to help out the kitties that live out there. Um, we've got a outdoor kitty house with a heater in it, a little kind of like a heating pad. Not doing real good right now because there is like drifted snow all around it. But I got to clear out the snow this weekend because I got to get the brisket going on Sunday in the smoker because once that's done on Sunday, we're going to slice it up, bag it up, and put it in the freezer because we're going to have that for dinner Saturday night. A week from this Saturday is CJ3. Actually, it's starting Friday afternoon, Friday evening, whenever people start to show up. I'm not going to be able to do any live streams because there's just not really any internet out there that's good enough for streaming. But we should have some good gaming. We're going to do What a Tractor. And Jay's putting that together for us. And then, unfortunately, Joel won't make it, so we're not going to have War Master, unfortunately. Excuse me. So that's a drag. And so I don't know what other gaming we're going to have, but we should it should be a good weekend all in all. The food is going to be fabulous. And it'll be a good time. Um, the one thing that I'm definitely going to be making sure I get done, I've got to. I do still want to have these done by that weekend, so I've got a bit more to do. Um, I've got to get these guys primed up. I had I had I had them primed, but Clark decided that his tail wanted to knock him on the floor, and they broke off. And then I've got that will finish up when I get those painted. That'll finish up uh, the unit that goes with these guys. Excuse me. And of course, I'll be using my Geek Gaming Scenics base ready material to get them based up. And you know the drill there. Go over to geekgamingusa.com to get all of your basing needs with you don't have to use the fast drying basing glue, but man, it's so nice. It's nice, and I don't know if you can tell how uh, you really can't. If you could see it from this side with the light shining through, you could see how liquidy it is. It's so much better than just regular straight up PVA. You don't have to mix it with anything. It goes on nice and easy. So boom, Bob's your uncle. Get that taken care of. The other unit, of course, I have to get done is the rest of my pikemen. I've got to get them taken care of. And then once they are done, I can finish off by getting what I'm using as my paymaster. He's a little a little dwarf with a feathered helmet and a big axe, and I'm going to paint these up. The little nubbins here, I'm going to paint those up like gold, like stacks of gold. So that's all I've got left to do for that 1,000-point army. Once I get these primed, I'm going to have to prime in my basement. But once I get them primed, we'll be good to go. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, it should be fun. What else have I been doing? I've got I've been reading up on how to play the Fallout role playing game. That's a pretty good looks to be a pretty good game. My brother Jay and nephew Joey are wanting to try it out. So Joey's got this fascination for the wasteland, the post-apocalyptic wasteland. So we're gonna give it a shot. Should be starting that up here in the not too distant future. So that should be some fun. And then once I get once I get my Dogs of War finished up, I think I'm going to get back into my working on my 3mm project. That's interesting. Huh. That one doesn't have the. It's not the one with the magnets. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, get back to my 3mm project. So my brother has stated that he is interested in possibly doing 3mm with me with doing World War 85, using World War 85 rules, but using miniatures with them. So, excuse me. Yes, Hissy, that it is a meat brisket, specifically beef. It's a beef brisket. Not that one should have to specify, but yes, beef brisket. And then you've been wanting to run an RPG online with peeps. I'd be down. Pick a day. We could go. We could make it happen. I'll play or I'll run. Whichever. Also, what game are you interested in doing? Are you wanting to do an established game, or are you want to do a game of your own design? I know you're working on that activities page for kids with possible expansion for adults. That's pretty cool. Um, it says you're open at the moment, so I'm really digging what I'm reading about the 2D20 system that Modifius has for their RPG games. Um, Both the Star Trek game and Fallout use that system. Um, I can't remember. Um, they've got a couple other. Excuse me. They've got some other role playing games in them. Let's see. They've got Cthulhu, Dune, um, John Carter of Mars are all in their D 2D20 system. It's a pretty cool system, all in all. I really enjoy it. Telemachus Conan uses the same system. There you go. Yeah. Um, I've got 2 old hex and counter games that I need to verify the counters before committing to ID Jester's 10+2 game challenge for this year. I've decided not to do that because I've thrown in my hat for two different years, 2023, 2024, and I did not. I didn't get anywhere close to where I wanted to be with the board gaming. So, my plan is to get more gaming done this year. I have a goal that I learn the well, I've already learned the system, but I want to get very proficient with it, that I can actually run a big game of World at War 85 on either the big Fulda Gap map or the big Hanover map for World at War 85, where we get 4 to 6 players on the table, and each excuse me, guys. Each player is controlling one of the basically battalion-sized forces. So maybe by J3, I can have that ready to go. We'll see. Across 1,000 Dead Worlds. That one I have not heard of. Across 1,000 Dead Worlds by Black Oath Entertainment. I have no idea what it's about. I'll have to take a look, see what's going on with it. Charles says, I'm retired and get more time. Going to start a try and build paint 12, 24 figures a week. Oh, there you go, man. That's cool. Let me guess, orcs. Hissy says sci-fi. Very cool. Very cool. Now, talking about RPGs, I did get a hold of, and I've showed this to you guys before. I did get this Star Trek Adventures Captain's Log solo role-playing game, and it's based on the 2D20 system, and it was a lot of fun. I ran through it a couple times. Very interesting. It's more about the storytelling than anything. I don't know. Of course, I love Star Trek, so that really intrigued me. But it's for me. Gaming for me, and I've said this many times, gaming isn't about the game. Gaming for me is about the social interaction, whether it's a face-to-face social interaction like I get with Jay, my brother Jay, and the different gaming events that I go to, or if it's virtual. My brother and I have run several instances of virtual what a tanker and what a space tanker. Um, I'm up for doing a RPG, virtual RPG. Um, Depending on uh, how things go with running the Fallout game for my brother and nephew. Excuse me. I may be interested in doing something online for anybody that's interested. We'll have to see. I don't know. Charles says he's going to be doing goblins, Zulus, boars, and yes, some orcs, and a bunch of stuff, 15s and 28s. Very cool, man. Very cool. Um, like I said, I really think I'm going to focus on my 3 millimeter project this year. Um, finish off the Dogs of War units for the army, and then focus. Really look into getting my 3 millimeter stuff going. Um, I know that I'm going to have to do some palette cleansing from time to time. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with that. Maybe Star Wars. It's been a while since I've painted up on some Star Wars, though. Um, I'll have to see. Uh, excuse me. I really have no interest at all with the Star Wars Shatterpoint game itself. But the more I look at the miniatures, the more I was like, man, I, I'd love I would love to get the 2 box sets that are out that make up the Ghost crew. Um, one box has got Zeb, Kanan, and Ezra. The other box has got Sabine, Hera, and uh, Chopper. And I think that'd be cool just to get them to paint. And then I see, oh, there's also the set of for Han and Leia, or there's 2 sets: the Han set and the Leia set uh, from down on Endor, and then there's the set with Han and Leia, and I think it's Han, Leia, Luke, and Chewie from the Death Star. There's just, I don't know. I'll have to see. I might. I might. Um, see, 2 millimeter ACW need to finish cobbling together some kind of rules for them. Well, there you go. There you go. I like that. His cat says if you cross boars and orcs, you would have borks. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. And then they could fight the Zulu Roos. I might paint more of my animal army guys, like I did, like this guy here. Um, I might do more of them as palette cleanser. I don't know. I don't know. Zoblins work also. I like the Zularoos, but Zoblins are good. Scalar Gremlin coming in the house. Shatterpoint minis look cool, but I have sunk so much dollars and time in a 28 millimeter crane, I just can't bring myself go up in scale. Go down feels like it would be easier to build up a table. Yeah, it's true. The thing is, though, I think if I got them, I would just paint them to paint them. As crazy as that sounds, because I really, when I'm using the Citadel contrast colors, contrast paints, I actually kind of enjoy. I know. How many times have I said I hate painting? But I kind of, I mean, This Yoda was done using nothing but the contrast paints, and he took like 45 minutes, 30 minutes to look that good. So, McMurray,
What's going on? Sorry about that.
how
What
are you,
showing
sir?
off, Chris?
Just chatting about what I'm going to be doing in this next year.
What was that? What did you just set off there?
Oh, I had my Yoda that I painted up.
Oh, nice.
Talking about how I actually, when I'm using the contrast paints that I have, I actually don't mind painting. And because of that, I might actually think about possibly buying some of the Shatterpoint figures, Shatterpoint figures.
The big guy, the big ones.
Yeah, because I love the TV show Star Wars Rebels, and you can buy there's two. They've got two boxes. One's the guys from the show. The other is the two girls, and the droid from the show.
Yeah, they just had a ton of that stuff. I think they were clearing it out of game night. They had a ton of it on like 30 or 40% off.
Oh wow! I should have.
Next time I'm up there, I'll check and see if it's still there.
Yeah, cool. That would be nice. But thank you, Charles. Yeah, Yoda does look cool. Like I said, he only took like 30, 45 minutes. I primed him black, did a very, very heavy white dry brush on him, and then used the contrast paints. Boom, Bob's your uncle, right? So I think the Shatterpoint miniatures would work very well with that type of painting. So,
oh, sorry, Charles. I just saw you're trying to figure out rules for 2mm ACW. How do you have them based, buddy? I have had a good time playing, adapting the Little Wars TV live free or die rules to ACW. You really don't change anything. It's actually a lot simpler because all of a sudden cavalry doesn't do any of the cavalry type stuff, right, that you see in the Revolutionary War. Really, in the Civil War, like you don't get many cavalry charges. And you don't have to worry about quite as many weapon types. You kind of have infantry. Some of it's a little bit better than others, but I converted that and used that with 2mm ACW. I think there's a video over on Jeff's channel, or a couple of them. I used it to fight a couple of the games for A Joy of Wargaming when he did his Kingsville or whatever his imagination was over there in eastern Kentucky and Tennessee. Kingsport versus Louisville or something like that. Charles, hop on the Discord or something. I got a whole lot on doing that because I painted up a full set of minis you need for what's it called, Chris? 6mm ACW Altar of Freedom.
Yeah.
I painted up enough bases in 2mm to play Altar of Freedom at half scale.
Oh, nice.
With literally any scenario in the book. So, 60 or so infantry bases for each side. And then, a ton of cavalry, artillery, generals. Never really got into Altar of Freedom, but I played the hell out of the other one with them, out of Live Free or Die. Had a good time with that. We should do that again. I think I brought that at one point in time to like a J3 or a CJ3, and we didn't play it. We played It Is Warm Work instead.
Yes. Yeah, I had a blast with that game.
That is a fun game. I need to paint more ships for that.
So he says the miniatures are under his table right now.
I know how that goes.
He says, I'm not sure what size bases I put them on, but I think it was like 4 strips of infantry on each base, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. He's going to go see if he can dig them out.
No, don't worry about doing that. Again, just hop on the Discord. There's plenty we can talk about, because then I know Palamas for Bacchus figures has a real similar basing scheme as a lot of games. And a lot of games aren't too terribly harsh on basing schemes nowadays. I think people have kind of realized, okay, we're not still necessarily
the same. It's okay.
What's up?
I think they've come to the conclusion as long as everybody is the same or agrees to what everybody is using, it's okay.
Yeah, because again, we're kind of gone are the days. There's too much. There's not too much. There's lots and lots of choice out there. It's not like, and I know that there's always been choice in war games rules, but it's a whole lot easier to hear about and see and find and order and get new war games rules now, especially that you can get PDFs from anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
Than it used to be. So.
His cat wants to know what I thought of the Gundam artifact kits. I have not really looked into them much. I just briefly saw them. The new Gundam game that's coming out, and again, it's going to be a situation where if I buy into it, it won't be for the game. It'll be just for the models, and then I'll use Battlesuit Alpha.
It's fair.
Because that's exactly what Battlesuit Alpha is for.
Mm-hmm.
So, Scalagremlin says, man, Rebels was so good. I had watched the first 2 seasons, and then by the end of the 3rd, I was fully indoctrinated. And that last season, damn, so good. Yeah, yes, it was it was on Disney XD. Yes, it was positioned as a kids show, but man, it was so good. And I'll be honest, the last season of the Clone Wars, that's that half season that they did, the 7th season, the last 4 episodes of that was just some of the best Star Wars storytelling I have ever seen. It was so good. So good. Charles says he's been parsing down some rules for 15 to 28 millimeter Napoleonics.
Yep.
So
I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to play black powder. Maybe even like a snappy. Well, snappy nappy, you do have to have 2 bases per unit.
Yeah.
But
no. No, but I was also saying that I'm gonna get back in working hard on my 3 millimeter project, the 49th Armored Division project.
All right.
And what got me to talking about the Shatterpoint figures was what I was going to paint up as a palette cleanser between units. Because what I would plan on doing is doing like a 3 millimeter with vehicles. I can do a battalion at a time, right? So once I get a battalion done, set it aside, cleanse the palette with something different, and that's when I started talking about Shatterpoint. I probably won't do many more 1/1200 scale World War II ships, only because this guy my Missouri just took forever to print, and she is absolutely the biggest chip I can print on my printer, to the point where Hissy Cat printed my USS Midway that I'm going to paint up this year. I'm going to paint it up as she was seen in 1972 as she came out of her second and final refit.
There you go.
Hexy, how you doing, sir? Hexy's in the house saying, folks.
Hey, buddy, what's going on, Jeffy? Hexy's been
let's-
wargaming his face off.
Yeah. Well, there's no golf.
True. You know who else has been wargaming his face off? That,
Toddy?
well, yeah, correct. But that Brian boy,
Yes, he is.
he's on, I think, 2 Hex Encounter war games down this year already.
Yeah. Yep.
Been slaying it. Everybody run over there and thumbs up those videos because he was worried that it was going to drive all his viewers off. Him playing
Nah.
Saratoga in Germantown.
Yeah. Like I said, head on over to Mini Warmut. Slap a thumbs up on that bad boy. That's what you want to do. What have you been up to?
Okay, so we haven't talked for a week or a couple weeks now. So we kicked off the Analog Hobbies Painting Challenge,
Yeah.
right? I painted up 40 Zouaves and 28. Just kind of generic Confederate Zouaves. I got them with the straw hats, like they're Wheats Tigers, like they're Louisiana Tigers, because I love the straw hats. But then
Yeah.
I just painted them up with, the red pants and kind of left that as their defining Zouave feature. So I painted up 20 or 40 of those guys, which is enough for 2 full units in the in the scheme that some guys locally here are playing Black Powder in. Then I painted up 6 or 7 dogs to play with that game 0200,
Okay.
the like nighttime commando raid game. That was pretty fun. I played a couple games of that. Then I painted up like 15 guys to be used as. I've been trying to think of this. What James Bond movie is it where he fights like Baron Zavudi and all the voodoo guys?
Oh, oh crap! It's
Roger Moore.
Was it Roger Moore?
No.
No, it's the last Sean Connery movie.
Yes, correct. My bad. Because that's the one where it skips a couple, then it's Sean Connery again. Yes. But anyhow, so they work perfect for that. They work perfect for the pirate games. It's a bunch of like Caribbean looking guys with machetes and just wearing the white cloth clothing. So I got those guys. I had them based on the 3/4 inch bases also
Yeah.
for so that they'll work well with my pirates and stuff. What else did I paint? I painted up some cavemen. I painted up another one of those. I found another one of those random Mandalorian female figures
Cool.
that I 3D printed. So I painted one of those up. And then I really dug into painting the 6mm World War II,
Okay.
which I then posted on the Discord. Hang on. I don't know why I'm just saying this. I'm sitting here stuffing my face right next to the painting table. Which is going to blow your guys' mind, by the way. But Live and Let Die. There you go. Thank you, Scala.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is Live and Let Die. Okay, that's what I thought. I just couldn't. Yeah.
Bam.
Let
So
me
there's
let
my
me
shoe
embiggen you here.
box.
Oh, very nice.
Again, look, you can see my new painting table. You can see the table.
Wow.
Look at this stuff. Yeah, for those of you who are used to my painting table being like an archaeological expedition, which is entirely reasonable. But yeah, so there's 40 Zouaves.
Now, those are 28, right?
They are.
Very nice.
Here are those voodoo looking guys. They're all just kind of bunched up because they're all awaiting basing. There's the puppies.
Yeah.
So really only the one of them looks like a German Shepherd of some sort. The other ones are just kind of like dogs. But that's fine because they aren't necessarily attack dogs. The idea in that game is that they're trying to detect commandos. So that's fine.
There you go.
There's that female Mandalorian.
Nice.
As
Got
well
some
as
cavemen there.
cave folk. I started out by painting these 28 millimeter American Airborne, 6 mil American Airborne, but I hadn't quite figured out how I was going to work them into a scenario yet. So I was hitting major kind of block, like, why am I doing this? What's the point? I need to figure this scenario out. Until I realized, hang on a minute, dickhead. You know you're going to have to fight Germans, so why don't you just paint Germans? So then I sat down and painted a pistol of Germans. I still have a bunch. This is all like mirrored, and it's driving me nuts. Yeah, I don't know why this is mirror image, but that's okay. This was a real. I put these guys on bases yesterday. So these are the infantry stands, and I ran into this trouble, right? Because I could spread these guys out on a stand like they're Flames of War figures, and they'll probably look a little bit better, certainly more realistic.
Yeah.
But that adds easily twice the headache and twice the time when basing.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
as opposed
absolutely.
to something like this where it really simplifies basing. And I said, you know what? Here's 18 of these stands, right? There's 18 of them, and we are barely cutting into the Germans. So we'll do this. So the idea is to play these with, I think, probably Iron Cross, where each one of these is going to they're only representing a squad. So it's not too bad.
There you go.
So essentially you've got one company, two companies. And then I ran out of bases, but I've got 5 machine gun bases and then 2 mortar bases. And I've got more mortars sitting up here and then some light AT guns. They're designed, I think, to be like either Panzerbuchse or the little LG 40. These might be those Fallschirmjäger recoilless 75 millimeter rifles. I don't know. Because these are Fallschirmjägers. They're German paratroopers. And then I got some spare guys over here also. I don't know. I'll probably build them into command bases or whatnot. But point is, forgot how much I enjoyed painting 6 mil when I knew what I was going after.
There you go.
So I think I banged out. This is 2 packs of GHQ. I banged out painting them in a night. So I think you remember when I was doing those 15 millimeter ships, remember how I got into that rhythm where in a week with a few of those kits that were more familiar to me, in a week I would spend one day building, I'd rig, I'd prime, I'd paint, and I was essentially finishing a ship in a week.
Yeah.
I think that's what I should be able to do with most of these, right? So, like I said, this is 2 packs. This is the GHQ infantry pack. And then I think the Fallschirmjäger heavy weapons pack or light weapons pack is what all this stuff's out of. So then more for the Germans, I've got 3 more packs of German infantry. And then I've got a pack of German infantry light weapons and a pack of anti-tank weapons, so like Panzerfaust, Panzerschreck guys. Let me double check. Late war light German anti-tank weapons, and then late World War II German heavy weapons. So yes, these mainly look to be Panzerfaust and Panzerschreck guys. Oh, and then some light anti-tank guns. Okay, in the late war light German anti-tank weapons. So that's good. It's good that it's got some other stuff in there, not just Panzerfaust and Panzerschrecks. And this is the heavy weapons thing. Sorry, I would love to show you guys this as I was looking at it, but I don't know how on earth I would manage to do that and actually see a damn thing. So this has what looks like a bunch of mortars, machine guns type stuff. So cool. That's pretty fun. I can't tell what all's in there, but that's okay. Point being, I should be able to bang these next 5 packs out in a couple of weeks, get them painted up. And then we'll breach into. I printed a bunch of armor. Again, if you guys want to hop on the Discord, you can see all the allied armor that I printed.
Yeah, I saw that.
I printed a bunch of German armor also, so that is obviously on the simpler side of things. I don't know. It feels good to get back to World War II, and I like small scale stuff. So it feels good to be doing it in 6 mil, and you can knock out big projects in not a lot of time, which is always a good thing for your endorphins and whatnot.
Yep. So, Warmutt's in the house.
Hey, Warmutt, what's up, buddy? We were just talking about you.
Yeah, you're doing a great job of getting some games played, some videos up. I like it. I know.
Unbigging me. Oh, I painted a bunch more of these. Where to set this? A bunch more of these miniature building authority shanties too. Like a bunch more of them to play that Black Powder Red Earth game with.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Shout out to Fill a Table. Hooray. All right, killing the camera.
So
but that's what Make Money's been too. Been quite busy. It's good.
Looking good. I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping to get back into a groove. Maybe back to Thursday or Friday night paint nights again, where we hit up Discord and get some painting done for everybody.
Hell yeah!
So I am gonna have to set aside a night in the week to get gaming done with Jay and Joey, because like I said, they're wanting to do an RPG game. So like I said, I'm running. I will be running Fallout with them.
Fallout.
So, yep. Fallout RPG. So,
nice.
Yeah, Joey's on a Wasteland kick right now.
Oh wow, okay.
So
are there frogs in the Wasteland?
Oh yeah, there's going to be frogs in the Wasteland.
Nice.
And then he's also working on designing his own scenarios for Hero Quest.
Oh, there you go.
So he's your standard 13-year-old who's really grown into his own when it comes to with his own ideas and wargaming, and I dig it. And
yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, and Jay and I will do what we need to do to get him going, and so he's got some really good ideas. He just needs to flesh them out and not be so 13 about them. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I was just saying that if we all remember when we were 13 and some of the ridiculous ideas we had, And we look back now, I was like, man, I was 13, wasn't I?
It happens, man. It happens.
But hey, whatever we can do to foster that the idea of him being, you know, doing his own thing, and that's what we like. So he's finally actually writing stuff down. You know, he would come up to us and, I got this great idea. It's like, have you written it down? That'd be even better. He's finally to the point where he is actually sitting down and writing his ideas down. So, excuse me. Uh,
That is good day.
Yeah. So the other thing I was saying before you showed up is one of my goals is to learn the World at War 85 rules well enough that at J3 I can roll out either the big Fulda Gap map or the big Hanover map and do like a 4 or 6 player game where each player is controls a unit. When a card gets drawn, everybody in every counter in that unit moves, and I think that's about a regimental size. So, yeah, because in the very first scenario, the Soviets have 9 T-72 counters, each counter being a platoon. So yeah, plus the headquarters. So yeah, that's a is that a regiment? No, that's a battalion. So yeah,
It's a battalion.
so each player would have like a battalion or more to run, and just get some Cold War love going on at J3 using the rules.
Nice. That will be cool.
I don't think we'll be quite to the point of being able to run miniatures for it. Because Jay is saying that he would be, brother Jay is saying that he would be interested in doing some 3mm Soviets and or Latin American units to be able to play in miniature. So,
did you say some 3mm Latin Americans?
Yeah.
You mean pickup trucks?
No, they got some armor. Not much.
Which Latin Americans? Because some of them were still using Stuarts in the 80s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what he's looking at doing is like Nicaraguans and the El Salvadorans being supported by Cuba and Angola and the Soviets.
Fair. We should just have them do the Cubans or just do the standard Wayne's World. What are we going to find now? The Guatemalans?
Right. So, but yeah, it's hopefully he will dive into that with me, and we can get it going. It'll be a little different basing than what I'm doing for my big project. So, because he's talking about doing the Warsaw Pact units on like a 25mm base, and then the NATO would be on like either a 32 or 40mm base.
Why is that?
To give the idea that the Americans are larger. Well, they're larger platoons than Soviet-based or Warsaw Pact-based units, and also that they have a better better command and control structure that allows the units to actually spread out a little. So, kind of give the feeling of them not being as close together. So,
Gotcha.
hello, Reese. Um, Let me know if you're available because I know you said you weren't going to make it. I don't know if you're just dropping in to say hi or if you're at home and sitting at your desk. So, um, let me know. And if you need, I can
Or
drop you the.
alternatively, yeah, just get on here, Reese. Get home and get on your desk. Get to sit at your desk.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are priorities, and then there's priorities. I'm just saying. So either way, we love you, buddy, and can't wait to see you coming a week and a half. So, as I said earlier, unfortunately, my buddy Joel isn't going to be making it. His company was doing a software implementation this weekend, but they decided, nah, let's push it back, and we'll do it Martin Luther King weekend. He was
Like, I
less than
realize
pleased.
why that's good for them, but that blows.
Yeah, exactly. And then our buddy Palmer isn't going to be here uh, because he's got a freaking drill weekend for naval reserves. Like, who schedules drill weekend the weekend of a federal holiday?
Yeah.
You fucking Navy can't do anything right.
Doesn't Palmer also live in, like, Illinois or something?
What's that?
Doesn't Palmer also live in, like, Illinois or something?
Yeah, he lives in Chicago. Well, north side of Chicagoland.
What naval reserve is there? Is he under, like, they're getting ready to fixing to fight Put in Bay again?
No. He's in intelligence.
Can't be that
So
intelligent. He's trying to fucking run a navy in Illinois. I'm just saying. You got a long way to go to get a boat out of Lake Michigan.
he says he can't. He's not making it tonight, but he can drop sarcastic comments in the chat, though.
Perfect.
Good enough.
He should eat
Good
that
enough.
last one up then. But yeah, damn, man.
Yeah, no. Actually, he's doing pretty good because after he got out of the Marine Corps as a sergeant, he got hired on by this intelligence company that's got a government contract,
Mhm.
and he decided, you know what, I want to go into the reserves because, well, where he works, they've got Naval Reserve officers working there also. So he went to OCS, got his commission as a naval ensign, and now is lieutenant.
Nice.
Working in the same office. So he works the day job during the week, and then once a month he goes in Saturday and Sunday in his uniform doing the exact same job.
And if it works, it works. Like, good for him being good at it, that's for sure.
Yeah. Reese Telemachus says we're counting on them. Yes, we are. We are counting on your sarcastic remarks, sir.
You better figure it out, Reese.
So we know what I'm going to be working on. We kind of know what Mark Murray's working on. We know what Charles is working on. What are the rest of you guys doing? Let us know. We know Mutt's been playing the hell out of Hex and Counter games the last couple of weeks. That's always good.
He did say he's working on Molino Del Rey next, so look forward to that.
Yeah, he's going to replay Molino Del Rey later on since I'm getting better grip on the musket and saber rules. Very cool. I did put Victory at Sea on the board or on the table this past weekend. I got part of the way through a turn. Now the first turn, it felt like I wasn't doing it right because I was having ships sink left and fucking right.
No, that's the thing.
Because in the first go round, I had the only I had in the North Sea I had Scharnhorst, one of the Hippers, and I think Prinz Eugen. No, I didn't have Prinz Eugen because it wasn't there yet. I had another German cruiser. The only ship that made it out. Oh, and a U-boat. The only ship that made it out was the Scharnhorst. Then in the Mediterranean, Rodney got sunk right off the bat, but so did three of the Italian battleships.
See, I put my that's wild as shit. I put the British Admiral down there and successfully prevented the British from coming or the Italians from coming out for the entire damn war.
Yeah, I didn't. I read that rule and it didn't register when I read it, and then when I started playing, I had the Admiral kicking out in the North Atlantic somewhere. It's like that asshole should have been in the Mediterranean.
That blew my mind. I can't believe I can't believe how terrible my die rolling was, to be fair, or to be honest with you, because that was the dumbest part. But yeah, that was.
And so, am I correct in when if let's say it's like the King George the Fifth, it's like a 4-4-2 or something like that. That means I'm rolling 4 attack dice when it's
Correct.
Okay. So if I double up 2 battleships onto a single ship and 2 KG5s, I'm rolling 8 dice, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then on 5s, it's disabled and sent home, and on a 6, you hit it and do damage.
Right. And it doesn't sink until the number is greater than the defense points.
Believe so.
Okay.
There are some slight differences between that game and Avalon Hill's Victory at Sea or War at Sea.
Mm-hmm. But not much.
No, not a lot. I'm not entirely sure which one I like more, but I think it might be War at Sea, just because there's less little kind of bolt-on stuff.
Yeah, because there's one thing that I didn't play at all was the secondary guns thing.
Oh yeah, shooting at like cruisers and stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
for whatever reason, I did not on the couple of turns that I was working on. I didn't do that. Reese says he's working on a con scenario for my air rules, fine-tuning altitude rules too. Very cool. Speaking of conventions, now that Brother Jay no longer has National Guard drill to worry about anymore, he's decided that we should make an appearance down at DICON.
Nice.
In St. Louis at the Collinsville Convention Center or some such, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. That first weekend of June, I believe.
Absolutely. That's fantastic.
Which happens to be around my birthday. So, don't know if we're going to come down and do something together or if we are going to come down and do something separate. We're not sure yet. Uh, but the plan is to definitely come down and do something. Um, so, um, for whatever reason, even though didn't have to go to drill because I wasn't in the National Guard, for whatever reason, something always happened to come up that particular weekend. Whenever DICON was, so I couldn't make it.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
it happens.
but we're making Jay and I are going to make a concerted effort, at least to come down Sunday, um, or not Sunday, Saturday. Why did I say Sunday? Ugh. Make a concerted effort to come down on Saturday, get there early, stay a while because Collinsville is like about an hour and a half or so for us. It's not too far, honestly. Um, so uh, get up early Saturday morning, drive down, put on a game or two, hang around, schmooze a bit, and maybe play a game. Who knows? And then head on home after a bit. So, um, because what we would do is just cross over the Illinois River there at just north of the confluence and drive on down. I think it's what 67,
I don't
63,
know.
one of those, whatever number
Yeah.
it is. 61, no, 61 something the Missouri side. So, um,
Who knows?
so
But yeah,
yeah, so
that'll be pretty awesome. I'm
we're
usually, if I can
definitely
get there, I'm always there.
yeah,
I've put on some games. I've played in a lot of games. I was there all 3 days last year. Last year I played in a bolt action thing on Friday and Saturday, and then on Sunday I went out and I played in a bunch of big muddy games. It was quite fun.
so Daikon June 6th through the 8th. So it's the week after my birthday.
There you go.
Um,
It is D-Day though.
so they don't have anything up yet on the for Daikon 25 other than GM's needed.
Yeah. Yeah, usually once they get a few months out, they'll start really filling it in.
Yeah. So it is. Yeah, it's at the Gateway Convention Center in Collinsville, Illinois. And this past year, it was over the weekend of my birthday, uh, May 31st through June 2nd. June 1st being my birthday for those that are keeping score at home. And Daikon 25 is going to be June 6th through the 8th this year. So, Reese wants to know 1/2400 scale ACW naval. What rules should he use?
I will never stop suggesting David Manley's rules. So that's Dahlgren and Columbiad.
Yeah, because David Manley is a great person, and B, in my uneducated thoughts and ideas on it, it is a naval gaming genius.
Correct. Yes. He certainly has an understanding of all things naval and shipbuilding that is unmatched.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. Let me see. You said, what's the name of the rules?
Dahlgren and Columbiad, I believe. Unless he might have just put something new out too. But I know Dahlgren and Columbiad was his original.
Let's see. Manly. Linked games. There's Action Stations. Ad Marbellum, Air Combat, Air War 1917.
Oh yeah, I forgot a bunch of his old games that he wrote for A&A Publishing will be available on his Wargames Vault store, which is Long Face Games, because A&A closed and gave all the stuff back to the authors. So stuff like You May Fire When Ready, Gridley, and whatnot will all be pushed back to his store, which is good because that's a really fun game. That's the game we used for the Spanish-American War stuff, the naval.
Very cool.
But yeah.
Okay. There's Barbet and Battery, late Ironclad, pre-Dreadnought.
Yeah, no, there should be a Dahlgren and Columbiad,
Yep.
And then
Dahlgren and Columbiad. Fast play rules for Ironclad Warfare.
And then there's an expansion for that is just like 160 ship classes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's absurd. Also, Reese, there is an absurd number of STLs that man has come up with, which you can 100% print with your 3D printer that I know you have, because I gave it to you.
So we will do this, and we will do this.
He even makes pre-sunk Confederate ships, so when they're still floating.
Yeah.
Which is always cool. There you go. And then I don't remember what the name of the scenario, or not scenario, but the class expansion book is, but it's really easy to find. I want to say it's
Dahlgren and Columbiad Ships of the Lisa campaign?
No.
Oh, that's the Italian and Austrian ships.
Yeah, that's 1860s, correct, but wrong side of the Atlantic.
Right.
By river and by sea, maybe, or something like that. I don't remember. When I printed out Dahlgren and Columbiad, I just printed that at the back. 54 millimeter Star Wars? What? Are you doing Southern Star Wars like I did? Like, do you need shore troopers? And I'll try and find you a couple, I don't think I have all my cool, Darth Brooks and stuff, those are all metal models, but the shore troopers with the water wings and stuff, those are STLs.
I'm looking here.
But
he's got a lot of South American stuff from that time frame.
He does. He's got lots of War of the Pacific stuff. Lots of it. Which is cool because that's right where you get this power starting to, really start to flex. Like the ABC powers really start to go. And then it just takes off from there. Once rubber and oil are discovered and stuff. And then you hit the 1870s and all of a sudden, wait a minute. Why is the U.S. Navy entirely outclassed by the Brazilians? Right. Shit, we got to do something.
Because we were a fourth-rate naval power.
Well,
at that point.
Kind of. Plus the fact that it was just one of those, we're not using it, so we're not paying for it.
Yep. Yeah, we had that problem a lot after a war would happen. They're like, we don't need this anymore. Let's just chunk it.
Yeah, we don't need a.
Yeah, I'll look it up later.
What is just a post-pot rats skirmish campaign about 1720 BBY? What the hell does that mean, Reese?
It's just it's a Revenge of the Sith skirmish campaign about 17 to 10 years before the Battle of Yavin. So what he's saying is there's a time frame between the movie Revenge of the Sith and Star Wars, the original movie from 1977.
Yeah.
That's the Battle of Yavin.
Well, yeah,
So
the fourth moon of Yavin, right?
Correct. Yeah, Yavin 4 is where the rebel base was.
Mm-hmm.
So they call it the Battle of Yavin, and everything is keyed off of that. When they're talking timelines, everything is keyed off of that scene in Star Wars. So, and he's thinking stormtroopers. What's that?
It's just like Luke and Leia running around as kids, and Mon Mothma's like a total babe and stuff, or what?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Darth Vader is still hunting down Jedi. Stormtroopers are a brand new thing. So yeah, he's saying think Stormtrooper Space Hulk. That'd be cool.
Who are they fighting?
Cool. What's that?
Who are they fighting?
They would be fighting the proto rebellion factions.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Let me see if this.
Does that mean Han Solo is a bad guy in that one?
He wasn't a bad guy so much as he was.
I mean, he's an Imperial pilot.
He actually never finished being in the academy. He got transferred to.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Being
so it's quite literally a jackbooted foot soldier. So he could be one of those stormtroopers.
Yep.
Oh God. He went from fighting stormtroopers in Last Crusade to being a stormtrooper.
Yep.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Yep.
Also, that means you need a space Hitler, Reese.
Well, that's Emperor Palpatine.
I guess, yeah. Well, that should be cool, Reese. I go off Legends, canon, could be anything in the unknown regions. Cool, man. So can we start doing like the Star Trek thing where they go over worlds and it's random like other human shit?
Yeah, there you go. Or Stargate SG-1.
Yeah, like are the stormtroopers randomly going to be like fighting the Viet Cong in tunnels?
That'd be cool. Because technically, and this isn't in canon, but the Earth is supposedly in that galaxy. It's just in the unknown regions. At some point in time, somebody wrote a book. I thought it's in
a galaxy far, far away, not in our galaxy far, far away.
I know what it says, but and this is why Disney had to, when they bought it, had to go in and kill off all of the legend stuff. Somebody wrote in a book that the Earth was one of the planets in the uh, Old Republic, but it got moved into the unknown region, and it's same reason they had to get rid of it, because Chewbacca got killed by a moon.
What you mean in like the old expanded universe
Yeah,
or like the old books? Yeah, it was badass though. Like he
but that he got
died,
killed
but
by a moon.
yeah,
No, you can't kill off Chewbacca.
Didn't the plane he was on get run into by a fucking moon?
Yeah, that he was on the top of the mountain, and it didn't crash. It just brushed across close enough that it took the top of the mountain off, and that's what killed Chewbacca.
Yeah. You couldn't kill Chewbacca with guns. You couldn't kill Chewbacca with lasers.
Yeah,
You
you
couldn't
had to
kill
kill with the
Chewbacca
whole
with
fucking
dudes.
moon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had to pull the fucking mountain off of the moon, and that's not badass enough for Chewbacca?
Yep.
Okay.
Scarlet Gremlin says Star Wars is better served by treating it as a mythology than a canon. And then Reese says, I've got a Jawa with a rotary cannon mounted on an R2 unit. I dig it. I dig it. God.
That is badass. Look like camel gatlings.
Right. So. Oh, bother. So, besides Daikon, are there any other game conventions in the St. Louis area?
There's Archon. There's a couple like single day, smaller, big muddy ones
Okay.
like Command Con and honestly, Daikon's a pretty good one to see.
Yeah. Command Con, what, a couple of years ago, wasn't that? Oh, it was like Command Con Light or something like that. It was like a 1-day event down there at Miniature Market.
That's what they've been doing recently. It works out pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know where they would put that because there's not a
I was about to say that's
miniature market big enough anymore.
Yeah,
they might have to switch over to like Impact Games over in Illinois.
Yeah, I went to the new miniature market, and it was like, it's so small.
Not a lot there.
No. But I did see was Wolfpack by Mike Berticelli. It was set up front there on the hey, this is new happening table, and I went up and picked up the box and said, "Look at this." And she said, "What? What? You want that?" Yeah, eventually, yes, I do want to get it, but no. The name. Look at the name. Like, yeah, what about the name? No, Mike Berticelli. He watches my show from time to time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to say hi. We've seen him.
Charles says, okay, for me, there are 10 Star Wars movies and everything else is foreign gobbledygook. It's foreign gobbledygook lies. See, Charles, I'm with you to an extent, other than I absolutely love Rebels. I absolutely love the Clone Wars animated series, both of them. I like The Mandalorian. Not so much the Book of Boba Fett. It had such potential, and they just didn't. No, it didn't do it justice. But yeah, I kind of like the Skeleton Crew. It's a fun little. It's definitely a kids aimed at kids, but I really like it. Take care, Charles. Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for being here. So, yeah, I don't have as much of a problem with Disney Star Wars as a lot of the other Star Wars fans. And yes, I'm doing Star Wars fans because they're just mealy-mouthed little weasels that like to gripe and complain and bitch about being hung with a new rope. We're getting brand new Star Wars, and that's all that really matters. So, oh well, that's just me. Anyway, well, we are about an hour and a half in. I think we are going to go ahead and wrap it up for the night, because my cough is getting worse and not better, even though I took medication for it. You got anything else you want to talk about or mention or say?
No, that's just about it. We're doing well.
All right.
Sorry again.
Well,
It
guys,
took me an extra 20 minutes or so to get on here.
yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Hey, if luckily the roads between here and Pittsfield are pretty clear, but the side roads just suck ass.
Yep.
So anyway, ooh, yeah, Reese is saying he's hunkering down for round 2 of winter weather. Yeah, we're supposed to see another little bit of snow on Friday, maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches.
You keep
It
that
can
dumb
either be
shit
a
down by
dust.
you, Reese. I'm not dealing with it.
It can either be a light dusting, or we could get another 3 or 4 inches on top of what's out there now. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, thanks again for everybody. Mutt, Reese, Scully Gremlin, Charles, Mike, not Chris Long, the other Canadian Chris. Glad all y'all showed up, and we will. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any paint chats in Discord. I'll let everybody know though. So until Telemachus has been here. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. And as always, McMurray, thanks, buddy. So
Yeah.
Until next time, we'll see you on the flip side.